That's better. Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review on a very warm Saturday. Literally topped out at 30 degrees today. I think it's about 26 now, so it's cooled down a little bit. And been out for drinks in the Long Eaton, Derbyshire area of the world today. Just got back in and thought I'd do a beer review, and literally the first ever beer review from Powder Monkey Brewing Co. Based out of Gosport in the Portsmouth area, and it's their Cutlass. It's a Black Forest Gateaux Stout. Oh, it sounds bloody amazing. It's 5% ABV. Powder Monkey Brewing Co. Priddy's Hard, Heritage Way, Gosport, PO12 4FL. Tasting notes: a complex malt profile lends the rich, cakey mouthfeel in this stout with layered flavours of biscuit, caramel and dried fruit. Sour Murillo cherries and cocoa nibs then elevate the flavour and aroma to reveal the decadent dessert that inspired the beer. You see dark, you smell Black Forest Gateaux, and you taste rich, sweet and smooth. A SEBRA award-winning beer, and there we go. So, obviously from Scott reviews things part of the world, Portsmouth. I can smell the Black Forest Gateaux straight away. So just letting it die down a bit. So I don't want a full head of beer, rather let it be a little bit less. Quite the lively pour, to be fair. So there's the pour. I can smell the cherries on the pour. The Black Forest Gateaux aspect. So a very dark pour with more of a beige head than anything. Plenty of carbonation going off, quite a lively pour, to be fair. On the aroma, the sour Murillo cherries certainly playing their part. I had cherries on my cherry tree this year. Birds ate the lot. Again, don't know why I bother. No point. Birds like it, so fair play to the birds. Little birdies. So it certainly looks the part. First ever beer from this brewery. So cheers to Powder Monkey Brewing Co. Yeah. Gotta be honest, I'd never heard of them before our trip over to the Bognor Regis, Arundel, West Sussex area. We went through Hampshire to get to West Sussex. Certainly at room temperature. I'm certainly getting that cakey feel to the taste of it. Obviously I'm seeing dark, certainly getting the cake, certainly smelling the Black Forest Gateaux. So of all aspects that it pronounces to be, it's delivering. Absolutely critical. Love the fact that they're doing that. Too many times have I had a beer and don't know anything about the beer, don't know what I'm supposed to be getting, because you challenge your taste buds. You think, well, am I getting what I'm supposed to be getting, or am I wrong? And it's good to know that you're right in some ways. If only breweries actually did it half the time. And the weird thing is, it's not hard to put a little box in that does the sea smell taste. Not very hard at all. you're making the beer, you might as well put that little bit more effort into saying what the beer tastes and smells and what you see, or what you're supposed to see and smell and taste. Yeah, I can never understand why they don't. You know, effort. It's not a hard thing. Um, so for me, the end of the work week, which was yesterday, thank God, the end of the beer week or the going out week. Tomorrow is the rest day, although we've got the children tomorrow, the grandkids. So always a fun day. But we've had a good time out today. Been out for about 5 hours. Visited Long Eaton, went to Rouse Emporium, went to York Chambers, and then went to a beer festival over at the White Lion in Sawley. Not a bad beer festival, £5 a pint, so not stupid priced. Had a lovely ribeye steak, street food, 6-ounce ribeye steak for £11 with chips and coleslaw and a Stilton sauce. Can't fault it, you know, absolutely. Jobs are good in there. What was the ABV on this? I forgot. 5%. So 5% easy drinking. Doing exactly what it says, exactly what you expect it to do. It's giving that Black Forest vibe. I love a Black Forest Gateaux. And a big massive thank you to Andy from the Happy Drinkers, who gifted this to Raggy's Beer Reviews. What we generally do is we pick a few beers up for each of us on our travels. If we're going on separate travels, we'll pick up a few beers up, and it's great for him, it's great for me. And you know, obviously I can't visit all around the country, and neither can they. And there's times when they go their separate way and we go our separate way. And you know, it's nice to be able to bring beers back that the other one certainly hasn't had before. So yeah, I'm just chilling out. I'm sitting on my settee outside that I built. I built a seating area only because I was given some cushions, and our friend, their dog chewed up their rat and set. But the cushions, as you can see, are not cheap. Big thick cushions, lovely. So I actually built a corner settee to match the cushions. Literally 7 or 8 years ago now. It's been a while. Might be 9 years ago. And it's had multiple coats of paint over the years. It's ready for another one actually. It's been about 3 or 4 months since I last coated it. And but it does the job, you know. It's now a slate grey colour, as you can see. We use, in the back garden, we use slate grey wood with a darker paint. I forgot the name of the colour. Begins with P. I forgot the bloody name. And yeah, that was all done over the winter months, and it's lasted well in the summer, to be fair. And that'll be the colour going forward. You know, 2 shades, a lighter shade for the woodwork, darker shade for the sheds of this colour, and it just makes the garden, you know, more vibrant. Even in the winter months where the colour's gone, the sheds and that still look good. So you know, it's all to the good, really. Obviously we're in summer now, and we're coming to the show part of summer, where there's lots and lots of colours in the garden, whites, yellows. I mean, I've got a lot of yellow in the garden now, and purples, shades of purple and that. So yeah, it's nice to have that colour in the garden. Oh. So it was a good afternoon out. We had a nice afternoon out this afternoon. You can tell it's summer. Yeah, a lot of the ladies over at the Sawley Beer Festival were dressed for summer, should we say? And yeah, oh, just hitting the spot again. Never heard of Powder Monkey before, and you know it's really strange because you're a beer reviewer, and I take some notice, not a lot of notice. I'll be absolutely honest. I take some notice of what other beer reviewers are doing, only some. So so I'm watching the beer world as I always do, and as I have done for many years. Um, and for a brewery to come that I've not heard of before, it's great for me. I've got 4 or 5 beers of theirs in there to review. First beer, a Black Forest Gateaux Stout, so ticks the raggy boxes. Not quite the weather for a Black Forest Gateaux Stout, let's be fair, 30 degrees. Yeah, not quite the weather, but nonetheless, it's hitting the spot nicely, delivering what it's supposed to deliver. I'm outside in the sun, under the canopy. A nice gentle wind blowing, which is cooling the temperature down. The sun's dying down now anyway, it's like 8 o'clock nearly, and yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. It's a little bit cooler. It's cooler out here now than it was last night in bed. Like 28 degrees last night. I mean, oh my gosh. We have got aircon downstairs. We only have it to a certain temperature. We don't have it as low as it could do because you get freezing. But it certainly chills you down and keeps it lovely. And I mean, last night my son actually slept downstairs because he was so fed up of being hot. So you can understand that. But yeah, oh, it's in the spot nicely. It's nice just to be out in the sun, just chilling. I've had a great afternoon out. I had a pint of Staropromin first, just a lager, just to get the heat out of me, and then a pint of some beer. I think it was Pheasantry Brewery from Newark. Next pub I went to had 2 halves, York Chambers, Red Dog Ales, and I think it was Tollgate Brewery. No reviews today. I've had a weekend off reviews, and I'm going to have a few weekends off just to get rid of the backlog of reviews on the channel and videos. There's an immense backlog, and I'm just trying to get it all down. And then the third one was a beer festival, and at a pub, what used to be a brewery as well. Sadly, the brewery is gone, but they've got a beer festival in there. Yeah, it's really sad that the brewery's demised. I don't think it was much of a brewery. I'd never actually had their beers anywhere around the country, so straight away that tells you the brewery in process. But obviously they've sold the kit. The building's still there, so the building's being used today. And for beer festivals, it's a good it's a good venue for additional beer festivals. So we'll see where it goes in the future. Oh, really getting those Black Forest vibes with this. If I'm being honest, could have done with being a bit cooler. My problem, because I didn't bloody cooled it down before I drank it. So one of them times where a stout would have been more interesting, slightly cooler. In the winter months it's not an issue, but in this heat it certainly is. It can be an issue. So always something to take notice. But generally I've kept off the darks today because it's too bloody warm. And when I'm not reviewing, I've got to be honest, I'm looking at lagers again. I'm certainly looking at the price because I'm not paying silly money. But Staroproman just hit the spot. And while this hot weather continues, for an amount beer with beer drinking, it may be the next time I'll go and just do a lager, be it a world lager. I'm not talking Carling, Carlsberg or that sort of shit, but I'm talking decent stuff, So, pour the rest in. So I'm glad really, first ever beer from this brewery. Well, certainly delivered its aroma, its see, smell, taste, delivered on all aspects. It's a lovely beer. Like I say, drinking, for me, cool the beer, drink half quite cool out of the fridge, leave the other half to warm up, drink the other half warm, and you will get both aspects of the beer lovely. And that's really how it should be, to enjoy a beer at both the temperature scales, which changes a beer lovely. %, hitting home well. Got to be careful I don't fall asleep. It's generally what I do on a Saturday. Go out drinking, I've more than I should do, and fall asleep. But although the heat does wallop you, flipping heck, it certainly does. So first ever beer from Powder Monkey. Yeah, loving it. Hopefully I'll see these guys up in Nottingham area at some stage, at pubs like the Totally Tapped, Pottle, Micro Pub, Partisan Tavern, the Barrel Drop, for keg beer, and for craft beer, cask beers, certainly the Crown in Beeston, certainly the Victoria Beeston, Victoria Hotel, and certainly Smithfield Derby. If anybody from this brewery is watching this beer review and gets this far into the review with somebody rattling, 18 bloody minutes, Jesus Christ. So yes, great beer, delivers on all its aspects, delivers a beautiful Black Forest Gateaux flavour, thoroughly enjoyable. Would I drink it again? Absolutely yes. Out of 5, 4.4 out of 5 for me, and a long review. Do apologise, I was rattling. Cheers.